What's up, you guys? Dark Cloud Yugioh here. Thank you for checking out this video and thank you for checking out this channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you my new deck that I've been playing with. So, Phantom Revenger dropped literally about almost a month ago, and it took me a little while to get some of the cards just because they were hard to get here in Michigan. So, this is just one of the decks I've been trying to make and play with. I was going to play it at locals over the past weekend, but my locals was closed. So, I took it to a couple of my homies' house, played it, and then updated it because the first version of this deck didn't work that well. My locals is opened again this weekend, so I will be taking it to locals and playing it in the Take It to Local series, so look forward to that coming up soon. Still trying to figure out what kind of content I want to post on this channel, but we'll get there. So let's get into the illusion slot. So, start with 3 Nightmare Apprentice. With this deck all being illusion, they can't be destroyed by battle, which is actually really cool for the deck. So, Nightmare Apprentice says you discard a card to special summon her. That's one effect. And then when she's normal special summoned, you can add an illusion monster from deck to hand. So, I wasn't playing her at first, but this card is so good I had to play 3 because it searches out your whole deck. Now your Hecahands, guys. We're trying each of the Super, Godos, Breus, Gaius. So, these guys have actually been pretty good. You usually will end on him because he's a quick effect to monster reborn something from your opponent's graveyard. I know that sounds very contradicting, but I can't tell you how many times, I was doing that where, let's say if they try to use Mignon to bring back your Yummy, you can steal the Yummy. Or if they try to root back something, or add it back to their hand, you steal it. Breus is my favorite. He looks at a random opponent's card in the hand. If it's a monster, you can take it. So Breus is amazing going first because he gives you hand knowledge, and then you get to see what your opponent's playing, and then be able to just fusion summon off with him is great. And then Gaius, I had to make sure that was his name. Gaius says that you activate the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, special summon a monster, and then put the rest to the bottom, which has also been very good for just seeing what my opponent's playing. And then the rest of the Hecahand lineup, 2 Yadel and 1 Itabel. I'm trying to get 2 more Starlight Itabels, but in my case, or in my boxes I've been buying, I need 2 more Yadels. I pulled this Itabel. So, I don't know if I would add any more of these Hecahands because you can search them pretty easily in this deck. And when they open them by themselves, they're not that good. And then the rest of the Hecahand cards, 1 Tartaros, 1 Yadel Hecahands, and 1 Igbel Hecahands. Sorry, I have to actually read these names. So, these are negates for a spell and trap or monster effect when you control Hecahands. You can take it. These cards are so good. And then Tartaros has kind of been like a fun card I've been playing with. Sorry, my wake-up alarm just went off on my phone. Anyway, so Tartaros has been amazing. Tartaros has 2 effects when you have a Hecahand monster. It bounces a spell or trap, or it's a Miracle Fusion. I often use the Miracle Fusion effect because you do have a boss Hecahands monster where you play, but we'll get into that. Now, the Chimera lineup, 3 Gazelle, 1 Baphomet, 1 Kodal, and 1 Sword Knight with the 2 Chimera Fusions. This is a really small lineup because a lot of the standard Hecahand Chimera lineup plays 2-2-1. But because we still have a lot of the Fiendsmith stuff at full power, I've decided to play more of the Fiendsmith cards. I know not a lot of people like the Fiendsmith cards, but the Fiendsmith cards are really good. And we want this deck to be as best as possible, so we gotta play the Fiendsmith cards. Evil hero stuff, so why you play this is it's a light fiend. So often you can banish this with special summon an evil hero. So you use one of your fusions to dump this, and it's right into the Fiendsmith stuff. I've done this so many times. It's pretty good. And then these annoying people, the Fiendsmith cards. So originally I was playing 1-1-1, but then there'd be times where I would open this, and then my opponent wouldn't hand trap it. So then I would have to dump something, and then if I were to dump something, it would have to be this, because I would need to Requiem into into another engraver. So I put 2 engravers so that way I can do that, just in case if I dump 1 engraver, I can use the Requiem to get another. So this lineup has been very good for me. And then the staples. Kaldai, 3 Fulas, 2 Perulia, 3 Ash Blossom, and 3 Ghost Bell. So I'm still trying to figure out the exact ratios of the main of this deck because it's going to be interesting. Now the extra inside, so I got my one-piece Don tokens for the Doflamingo and Rosiante. So I got my Chimera Fusions, got Baphomet, and then the King of the Mythical Beast. Baphomet is a dump when he's summoned, so you literally can dump your whole deck. which triggers almost everything. And then Chimera knocks the card out of their hand. And if you noticed, they're level 6, which is a very good thing. And then the other, we got Chimera the Illusional Beast, just clearing boards. Same thing with Guardian Chimera. A lot of people forget about Guardian Chimera, so it's fun to clear boards with him. As Regina, I'm testing this card because if you see, it requires an Illusion Monster and a level 6 or higher Fiend. So you just need this and a Fiendsmith. But the idea is it just monster boards an Illusion, so it helps extend into our plays. And when you use Chimera Fusion, it's a cool battle phase, more damage. Now the Hecahand stuff. One Yugioh and one Zeno. So what Yugioh does, Yugioh's my favorite. Let me explain Yugioh first. So Yugioh says you can fusion summon it with 2 Hecahand monsters. Sorry, a Hecahands monster and an Illusion monster. But how often you'll be bringing them out is you can tribute summon him. You can fusion summon him by tribute summoning a Hecahands monster you control and a monster your opponent controls. So what you're often going to be doing is you're often going to be going into... Where are you? There you are. You're often going to be going into Brace effect to take a card from their hand, and it's a monster. It's a monster they control, so you can chew them both off for Yugioh, which has been amazing. And then, once per turn, you can search a Hecahand card, and it can't be destroyed by battle, so you usually just summon in defense, and you get the free searches every turn. Zeno I've only made once, but the one time he hit the field, he was very, very oppressive. What Zeno says, like everything else, he can't be destroyed by battle. You look at 2 cards from your opponent's extra deck and special summon 1, which is really good for knowledge. And then his goofy effect, if he's destroyed by a card effect, take control of as many monsters as your opponent is you control. Sorry, that was horrible. So if this fusion summon card you own is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can take control of any monsters your opponent controls. So just be able to free take anything is crazy. And then the last of the extra deck, which is not really that exciting, but it's just a bunch of Fiendsmith cards because we like playing Fiendsmith cards. I don't need to explain any of these because if you play Fiendsmith, and a Little Knight. Now, the side. I'm still trying to figure out the side of this deck because I'm not sure what this deck weakness is. But I know it loses to boards. So, I'm just playing a bunch of board breakers in my side. And then, once that's the only one, change a heart just because we're playing Hecahands. 3 droll, and then 3 meows. So, final thoughts about the Chimera Illusion deck. It's a lot of fun to play, but I still don't know all the lines. I'm sure there's a lot of better plays I could be making. I will be making videos on this deck a little bit more, but that's probably not going to be till this weekend. I'm still trying to figure out what content I want to do. I also got some new sleeves. If you're a big Record of Ragnarok fan, you should know these characters. It's Nikola Tesla versus Beelzebub. But that's about everything I gotta say. Thank you for checking out this deck. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy.